Coach, the rain is falling, the fans are soaked, but here's the bottom line. We've got football at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland. The two teams emerging from their respective tunnels a minute ago to the approval of this Baltimore crowd. They're all set as their Ravens will match up with the Arizona. Coach, the rain is falling, the fans are soaked, but here's the bottom line. We've got football at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland. Here's a scene a short time ago. The Ravens introduced to this sellout crowd, and through a sea of pyrotechnics, out they came from the tunnel. We're set to go as the Ravens get ready to match up with the Arizona Cardinals. Two teams here, each off to 1-0 starts as this one is underway on EA Sports. This will be fielded at the 6. And an alley to run. And he finally runs out of gas, but not before he's inside the 10-yard line.
Similar to golf, you never want to count a score before it actually happens, but you have to figure. They thought they were going to get 6 on that play. Great effort to keep them out of the end zone, but a big-time return.
How about this for starting field position on your first drive? First and goal.
Let's make these babies.
From the gun, Murray. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. DeAndre Hopkins once again the intended target, but it'll be second and goal. They'll try again here from the 7 on second and goal.
Let's go, let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Here we go, D. Here I go.
This is Kenyon Drake, the fourth-year man from Alabama. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down. Can this defense get the stop on the opening drive? Here's third and goal.
53 is the Mike.
Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together.
Mike, 53. 53. Mike.
Zoom. We're going to need some therapy after this.
Check 50. Check 50.
Murray now, third and goal. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. Calais Campbell finding his way home for the sack.
Well, it's about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on third down. Jackson and the Ravens come up now first and 10 at their own 23. Now a give right side. Dobbins. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result. Negative yardage.
58's the Mike. 58's the Mike. Here we go.
Now on second and 13. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And the Cardinals have got it, going the other way. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. And hopefully for both sides, not a sign of things to come, Charles. This morning, it was so perfect outside, but we knew this weather was coming, and we see the effects of it here early on.
And I wonder if how perfect it was this morning has psychologically fooled everyone. You know, it's almost like even though we were told the weather was coming, and you know the teams knew it as well, that maybe they got fooled and thought, it's going to be okay. And now they're probably a little upset that it's out there.
Because warm-ups were dry.
Oh, well, dry, and now you've got to make the change up, and it's the first quarter. Might take them a little time to settle in on their focus and concentration.
53, check 53.
Shotgun now from Murray. Open man is Kirk, complete. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a first and goal.
53 is the
Check 6 guys.
On first and goal, Drake. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. That gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up second and goal. The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on second and goal. They'll try again with Drake. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line. In their mind, certainly a field goal try would be a letdown. They had the great starting field position, now facing third down. From the gun on third down, Murray. The quick slant caught. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. A terrific job there to keep him out of the end zone. And now it'll be 4th and goal. The Cardinals worst in the NFL, 6 of 16 on 4th down last year, but they'll try it here. On 4th down, they'll try and run for it. And he's not going to get there. They tackle him at the 2. They stop him up short on 4th and goal from the 1. And the Ravens come up big down at their own goal line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about what, the second sentence of the coach's address?
And those are so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though.
And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave him with 3rd and still 7 yards to go.
It's 3rd and 7.
Shut! Right over there. 60 out low. Mike, 58, right there. I'm coming.
Jackson fakes the give and keeps it. Snead's got it. And he'll be taken down for a loss back at the 3. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
And I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop. But that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
Showing it.
The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 15 yards that time, and the Cardinals move the chains.
Watch the flag. Motion. Pop. Mike, 53, Mike.
Murray now on 1st down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. So he can't hang on. And as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know. But you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. They've been in the red zone 3 times in this game and have not scored a single point. Can they break through here on 2nd and goal?
Check 52.
We're scoreless after 1. They've been in the red zone 3 times in this game and have not scored a single point. Can they break through here on 2nd and goal?
Delta. 53's the Mike. 53.
Play action. Now it's Murray. Flush to his right. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. The tight end, Max Williams, the intended receiver. But it'll be 2nd and goal. Nothing on 1st down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line. 2nd and goal.
Here we go again. 36. Hey, check. Mike.
Now Drake. A solid move on the run, but ultimately stopped short of the goal line. Down at the 2. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a 3rd and goal. This defense hasn't let them in yet. They'll need to stiffen here. 3rd and goal from the 2. They'll try to run this one in. And he is in for 6. Touchdown, Cardinals. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Cardinals push further out in front. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. This will be fielded at the 6. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And this is their 3rd drive. Right now, maybe not about points, just about getting something. They haven't gotten a first down yet in this game.
It's a mental barrier you don't think about until you go a couple of drives without getting a first down. Then all of a sudden it looms big. It gets harder and harder to actually attain that first down.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Trying to get it to Willie Snead there. And it's 2nd down. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. Can't simulate it, right? So your decision making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
Hey, watch it.
On 2nd down, Ingram. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Let's go now. Boy, 58. Hey, Lobo. Ball trot. You mine.
And 58 is a mic.
On 3rd down, Jackson. And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore 1st down.
Baltimore 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Here we go.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Let's go, baby. Return up. Get that ball. Let's get that ball. 22, Jet Bomber. 22, Jet Bomber. Let's go.
Now a give, right side. Dobbins.
It's just me and you.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
Woo! Let's get it.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Back to the ground, this time with Ingram. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Come on, baby. Let's see what you got. Check! Blue draw Coco. Mike's 57. 57's Mike. Man, I got you. Let it go.
They'll try to run for the first with Ingram. And he's got the 1st down, yardage before being taken down at midfield. At 5 yards on the play there, as the drive will continue. Baltimore was the most run-heavy team in the league last year after Lamar Jackson took over as a starter. And you think about Mark Ingram. He goes from a situation where he was sharing time with Kamara in New Orleans. Now he figures to be the top guy in the Baltimore backfield, although I guess you could say he's kind of splitting time with his quarterback, Lamar Jackson. But a great veteran presence Mark Ingram is behind Jackson. Ingram now in his 9th NFL season. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Hey, 58 is the mic. Going 58's the mic. Here we go.
From midfield now, here's Jackson. Looking deep downfield. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Right there.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Wahoo!
To throw again, Jackson.
Guys, it's game situation.
And that'll be
Let's go.
incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things.
Let's go.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Jordan Phillips with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback.
Their own 20-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
The rush defense stout on first down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this second week of the regular season. Now the first carry for Chase Edmonds. And he'll be upended after a gain of 5, up to the 25-yard line.
4-1's Mike. 4-1's Mike. Watch the run. Watch the run. Watch the run.
Check 24.
Go. Kill.
On 3rd down, Drake. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. They get the first. The decision to run on 3rd and medium winds up being a good one. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Murray now to throw. And this one caught by Max Williams. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
41's the Mike. 41's the Mike. Check 41. Let's go.
Mike 41. We've got to wedge that, huh?
Let's go, defense. Hey, man up, D. Man up, D. 41 Mike. 41 Mike.
First down, Murray. That's going to be caught by Kirk. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Here's Murray. And he hits Drake. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. Murray now 8 of 11 in this first half. He's got it 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Drake. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7. The Cardinals forced to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1.
Check. Crunch.
From the 35 on 2nd down. Murray nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Cardinals out in front. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Okay, Coach. Appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
A loss of 2 there, second down.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Let's get some penetration. 57's the mic. Watch 57. Here we go, D. All day. Defense all day. All day.
57's the mic.
Jackson from the shotgun. It's complete to Snead. Now they work this well upfield across the 45. A first down there on a pickup of 25. Well, Snead figures to be an important veteran presence for Lamar Jackson. 2 years ago, it was a disappointing 2017 for Snead. That was in New Orleans, but then had a bit of a bounce-back campaign a season ago in his first go-around with Baltimore. 62 catches, 650 yards. Did have surgery in the offseason on his left index finger, but back to full health and ready to go. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven first down.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction. And when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
Tackle made there by Jordan Hicks.
Nice job by the defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
I got you, son. I got you. You're all mine, baby. You gonna get this. You're all mine.
Hey, 58 is the mic. Going 58's the mic.
All right, T-Love.
58, right over there, right over there. Yeah. Right there.
From the gun, Jackson. He'll take a shot for the end zone. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown. His 3rd touchdown now on the year, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Tucker with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
The Cardinals take over 1st and 10.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10.
I got one.
58, boys, 58. 58's Mike.
Same on. I'm not ready.
He's coming. Double up. He's coming.
Murray now on first down. To the catch made by Hopkins. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 12 yards the pickup. Good enough for an Arizona first.
First down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21. A big hitter. That one goes for 40 yards.
A gain of 40 yards. First down, Cardinals.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
Kill. Turn it up. Kill.
They'll run with Drake. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. The excellent play last time is followed by a much more routine gain of 3.
All day. Tight go.
On 2nd down now. It's Drake.
Go, run.
And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up 1st and goal.
Mike, 53, Mike. Hey.
And now Murray's going to set up the throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. 2 incompletions haven't moved him any closer, and likely throwing again, you'd have to think on 3rd and goal here.
10. Let's go.
Out of the gun, here's Murray. And that will be incomplete as well.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So he missed that field goal earlier, but he says not this time. Able to knock it through, give his guys 3.
I like his poise. I like his confidence, his belief in himself. Sometimes when you miss that first one, you'll see a lot of guys sag and they can't make the next one. Not in this case. Stepped right up like a pro.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. From the gun, it's Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
Sometimes we wonder about play calls, but this one made perfect sense to me. He's got the only touchdown that they've scored in this game. Tried to get it to him again on another deep ball.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jordan Phillips able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. Trying to lay one up deep. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off around the 27.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. Completes it to Fitzgerald. It'll be an Arizona 1st down on a gain of 17. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. Now Murray off play action. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Tyus Bowser coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
41, Mike, 41. 41's the Mike, 41's the Mike. Check 41. Check.
Here's Murray. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
He's coming to you. He's It's coming to you. Motion. Hey, hey, hey. 41 Mike. 41 Mike. Wahoo. Hey, watch the slant. Watch the
Murray with a 3rd and long. Open man is Kirk, complete. And to the 46 he goes and no further, so he is well short of the first down marker. It'll be a gain of 8, but it also lead to a 4th down. Back now in Baltimore. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point, just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Hey, 58, right over there, right over there. Yeah, yeah. Mike, 58, right there. Watch twist, watch twist, watch twist. 58's the Mike. 58's the Mike.
Jackson.
Hey, let's get this.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Devon Kennard able to get him for a loss of about 3.
Take a seat. You can't stop me. 58, 58's the Mike.
Crunch time, defense.
58, boys, 58.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Jackson, he sets. He's got a man, complete. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. That one goes for 36 yards.
That could very well be a defining play in this game. A touchdown, that gives them a lead, and they took a major step towards getting there with that big play right there.
So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. They run. It's Mark Ingram. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. There on the stop that time, Trevon Coley.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
Joker, 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 Joker. Check. Check hot route. Hot.
He's got the first down here inside the 30. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
Check 26. 58.
This is Ingram on 1st and 10. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard.
Check 9, check 9. He's checking, he's checking, he's checking. Crack out.
Ingram again. Ingram's got the first down and more. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Mark Ingram, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Ravens have retaken the lead. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And the lead is now 14-10. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
3 down.
Check 13.
A big spot now for the rookie Murray. Running, it's Drake. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Let's go. Get excited. Let's go.
That's good for 9 yards as they convert on the 3rd down play. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, here's Murray. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Matt Judon picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hadn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense.
In his defense, I got it.
See what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure. Murray fighting, lost the football.
Don't get nervous.
Come on, line. We better than that.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. He's back to throw. Flushed out right. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
41's clean. 41's the mic.
Bound to lose one.
Kill.
They're going for it. Hits Murray. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And boy, possession here turns over with a football already being in the red zone.
Ready. 60 out low.
Mike, you better bring it. I'm letting you know right now.
A 10th carry here for Mark Ingram. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their 2nd, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Again, they'll run with Ingram. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. The Cardinals forced to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
57's the mic. I'm coming, baby. Woo!
And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. It's a gain of 6 as they're able to convert, and now it's 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 6-yard line.
It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. They'll run here with Ingram. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd.
And goal at the 11-yard line.
So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal.
Pick it up, defense. Let's go. Sponge! 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 No! Kill!
They'll try the left side. Rice. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
And that touchdown should make you feel comfortable. But do you really feel like it's totally over yet?
Not totally, but I think you're pretty much there.
Yeah, you've still got to make sure you stay with it, do all the right things down the stretch, especially on defense. But that touchdown there, you got to feel good about your chances.
Tucker with the extra point, and that makes it a 21-10 game. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
I'm here all day.
Back to the air on 2nd down, it's Murray. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Calais Campbell in there to drop him as that clock continues to run.
I remember throughout my career here in defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better. And that got it done in this one.
So for Baltimore, it's a win here in their home opener as they move to 2-0. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Kansas City Chiefs. Meanwhile, for Arizona, they'll fall to